you need tonight. A little something to whet your appetite, and it's gonna make you feel alright. Sweet Gravy and Carmen Kirk, check them out as they go to work. Congratulations on your new podcast. Now open up a can of whoop ass and blast, blast, blast. This is Angelo, and I hope you like this show. Wow. Yeah.
Ooh, Carmen, welcome back to another episode of Sweet Gravy. Thank you for having me.
Oh, you're welcome.
You saw me the other day, and you were looking at me. And you're looking at me goofy. You're looking at me like a goofy lady, Carmen. You know what you said?
What?
You said you got two colored arms.
Mm-hmm.
You said your arms are two different colors.
Mm-hmm.
And then I put my hands together, and you said your hands are two different colors, too.
Mm-hmm.
You said, well, you look like a crazy person.
Yeah.
You think that that's crazy to have two different colored arms and hands?
A little bit, yeah. It's because you said you have one hanging out the window.
I drive and I have one arm on the window, yeah.
Yeah, so now one arm is
Tanner than the other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then you put that shirt on with it, and it just don't bring
The shirt I was wearing?
The shirt that you've been wearing.
That was a different day, though.
Oh my God.
I had a job whenever
I'm so sick of that shirt. You need to take it off. That's ridiculous. Have you even washed it?
Have I washed my shirt?
The shirt you're wearing.
The shirt I wore?
No, the shirt you're wearing right now.
This one?
Yeah.
It's been washed before.
Has it been washed in the last week?
No.
It's disgusting. Oh my God.
Carmen, I'm lounging.
You don't need to sit on the couch with that. You don't need to sit nowhere where it's touching things.
I'm lounging around, Carmen.
I get it, but Jesus Christ. So how long you gonna wear that shirt for?
Until I have a job.
Oh my God. You already have a job. You just haven't started it yet.
Okay.
Yeah, you're
But
funny.
you better get used to this outfit. This is my life now. I'm like Homer Simpson's.
Yeah.
Yeah, you wear the same clothes every day.
Jesus. So this morning.
Fun fact, though, I do actually wear the same thing every day.
Yeah.
Like all my clothes are the same.
But they're different colors.
Well,
I mean,
typically
they're different shirts.
The shirts
not
are
the
different,
same
but
shirt.
they're the same shirt.
Yeah, but they're
Just
different
copies of them.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, but that's not a different copy. That's the same one.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Like even my work shirts are the same shirt.
Yeah.
I get all the same shirts.
I go to work 5-6 days a week and I wear the same outfit.
Uh-huh.
It's just different copies of it.
Right. But that's a uniform.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I got to go to work dirty today. I don't have a clean uniform.
And you talking to me about my lounge shirt?
Well, I'm going back to dirty, so it's not that disgusting.
It's pretty gross.
No,
yeah.
it's not.
You talking about me and my shirt. I haven't even done anything. And you're like, oh, that's so gross. But you worked in those clothes and you're going to work in them again?
Yeah, but I take a shower before I put them on. I take a shower when I get home.
Turn them inside out.
No, I can't do that. That's so tacky.
You know, what did the guy say? He say, you can wear your underwear 4 times. You wear them once, and then you turn them inside out. You wear them again, and then you do the same thing backwards. Mm-hmm. With the underwear is backwards.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Gary! That's the funniest thing when Gary with
Was
the
Gary?
T.
Was that he the one that said that?
I don't know if he said that one, but he definitely said that he pick up his underwear and he smell them, and if they don't smell bad, he wear them again. He said, "Child, I ain't got time to be washing the clothes every single day. I smell them, and if they don't smell bad, I wear them again."
Yeah, and they said, well, he's like, how am I supposed to know if they're clean or not if I don't smell them? Mm-hmm. And they said, well, they're on the floor. They're like, they're not in the clean section. That's how you know that they're dirty.
He said he fold them up and put them back up there.
Put them back there.
That is so atrocious. You have to change your underwear daily. You can't be wearing the same underwear over and over again. Uh-huh. Once you take a shower, you don't put on dirty underwear again. Right. Like, what's the point of taking a shower?
Well, you still get clean.
You get clean, but then you put dirty stuff on your body. Uh-huh. like they were saying, you still shed skin and all that stuff. Like
Right.
you have to put on clean clothes. Especially underwear. That's crazy. You're farting and doing all type of weird stuff.
Jose used to call it a filter. He said, "You gotta go change your filter."
Oh my god. So gross. It is gross. That's always the icebreaker whenever I'm working at a new place or whenever we get new people in. Icebreaker is always asking people like, how often you change your sheets? Because everybody gets so freaked out by that question,
Right.
and it
'Cause
tells you a
it's
lot about a
deeply
person.
personal.
It's personal, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like how often?
And everybody knows that they don't change their sheets as often as they should.
exactly.
Right.
But people try to lie.
Right.
They try to say, "No, I change them every 3 days." No, the fuck you don't. I've gotten some very interesting answers over the years. Like this girl told me, this girl I was working with, and she was this like pretty girl who wore like all the nice stuff. Like all her clothes used to always be super nice, and the boots that you got me, I saw her wear them first, and they looked so cool with her pants and everything. I was like, those are so cool. I want to get some.
Right.
And then I asked her that question, and she said, "You know, being honest with you, I only change." She's like, "I never change them unless they stink." She's like, "So maybe once every year or two, if they like stink, then I'll change them." I'm like, girl, for you to like have everything else so put together, like it'd be those type of girls that be the dirtiest girls.
Right.
It's like that's so trifling.
You know what was super convenient?
What?
Sleeping in a hammock,
Yeah.
and then you could just wash your hammock.
Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't have to worry about sheets.
Well, normal people do, because normal people use sheets. You don't, because you don't use sheets or anything.
In the hammock.
Right.
Right.
Normal people still use sheets.
Not in a hammock.
Yes, they do.
The hammock's the sheet.
Kirk, you the only person that's out here that just hot all the time. In the night, during the nighttime, it gets chilly. You need to have something to cover up with.
No, the nighttime is like the savior time.
When I slept in your hammock at night, I had a sheet. I had a blanket on me. I didn't just go to sleep without nothing. And I need to have a sheet underneath me with the hammock, because
Right.
I don't feel comfortable when not having something under. It's not enough. Not enough.
Well, what I would do in the wintertime, because what people don't know is Catalina gets pretty cold during the winter.
Yeah.
And I would have to I would put a sleeping bag on my body, and then I'd have to jump into the hammock with the sleeping bag in my body, on my body. So it was like a worm trying to get into the cocoon caterpillar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I was thinking about getting you a hammock for this upcoming birthday and having it when you got back home. But I'm not gonna do it because I seen what you did to the last one, and you don't need a hammock. No hammocks for Kirk.
I think that we've got the perfect spot for a hammock,
Yeah.
right by the window. I can look at my plants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the last hammock that you had, you destroyed it. So no.
I couldn't leave well enough
You
alone.
couldn't leave well enough alone. You kept on messing with it until it broke.
Yeah. I feel shame. Great shame. Well, we had a woven hammock, right? And so what happens is it stretches out and it keeps stretching. And so you gotta pull it to one side. And with the hammock stand that I had, you're laying so close to the ground, it's not really that comfortable, you know? So I kept putting it up and up, and I ended up bending the bars. But now
Because it was like you did it one time, you didn't even give it a chance to adjust. It was like 3 days later, he's like, "Gotta do it again." It was
do
like,
it again.
no, you don't
Yeah.
supposed to do that.
yeah, but now I already have a nylon hammock, so I would just get a stand and put that in there, and then I wouldn't have to worry about the adjustments.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, you got to do something. I know you like the hammock life.
it's the best. It's the best. Sleeping in a hammock is the best.
I guess. I mean, I don't know. When the first time I slept in a hammock in your room, you got me hanging from the middle of the ceiling. If I
Yeah.
fall, I'm gonna hurt myself.
You're not gonna fall though.
Yeah, but I might fall.
I had you in between two beams,
Oh my god.
and it was pretty crazy because it was in the middle of the room,
Yeah, looking crazy,
like
swinging
from-
in the middle of
from
the
one
air.
corner of the room to the next.
Yeah,
And it was a
just-
big room.
Just in the middle of the air, looking down.
Yeah.
And make one false move, and your ass gonna be on the floor in the middle of the night. That's crazy.
Hopefully, I moved the table out of the way.
Yeah.
Because the table was just a pane, a window.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
You
that's a
remember?
mess. Yeah, I remember. It's so funny because we hung out with your dad and on a beach one time, and you go to jump in the hammock. You look a hot mess. I saw it before it happened. I'm like, you coming in way too strong on that hammock.
What are you talking about?
And you get on that and you just flop right on the ground. I was like, look at his ass. You
Yeah.
just couldn't control yourself. You saw that hammock, you was like, yeah, I'm getting in that hammock. And
Yeah.
you was so excited.
Yeah.
And you are not a light guy. You're a heavy guy. Like you
The earth shook when I hit the ground.
yeah.
Yeah.
Why you jump on that hammock like that? Oh my God. It was like in a cartoon.
Yeah. The hammock boop. It flipped me over, so I landed right on my face.
Yeah, but Kirk knows how to deal with a hammock. That's the thing. He's been sleeping in one for years. So he knew that you can't jump on a hammock like that. You were too excited.
Yeah. I couldn't help myself.
And you jumped in that hammock. And
It was pretty funny though, right?
Yeah, it was funny. But I was like, this is what I have to deal with every day. Look at his ass. It's like just always doing something.
I thought that was great. That was great fun.
It is.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Jumping in the hammock is beautiful.
Yeah.
I remember Johnny, he tried out my hammock whenever I first got it. And he fell out of the hammock.
Mm-hmm.
And Haley was living next door to me.
Mm-hmm.
And so she heard this big thud.
Mm-hmm.
And we hear, Johnny and I are sitting in my room and we hear, doo, 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 because Haley walks really heavy, heavy footed. She's like, doo, 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 doo. And then we hear like the door slam where she's coming out of her room. And then there's a deck in between our rooms. And just doo, 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 bust open the door. She said, what's going on over here? And Johnny looks over. He says, mind your own business. Get out of here, Stompy McGee.
Yeah. Even when we lived in Portland, like the girl who lived on the 3rd floor, she wasn't even a large girl. She was a tiny little thing. And she just boom, boom, boom. Like,
Yeah.
are you purposely doing? I don't think she's purposely doing it.
I was
think
like,
that's
is
just
that
how
Jim upstairs? And then
No.
you said, no, Jim's been gone all day. That's the girl that lives above the guy that lives above us.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can hear her that clear. Just boom, 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 boom. Like, why are you walking so heavy? Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
You have feet problems because you're walking way too heavy.
Got a flat foot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm flat-footed, but I don't think I walk that hard.
We've only ever lived on the ground floor.
That's true.
Yeah.
I normally like to live above the people on the ground floor, so I don't have to hear them walking above me. I don't think it's too bad here, though, where we are now.
No.
No, everybody kind of has their time of day where they kind of move around. So it kind of works out for all of us, I believe,
Yeah.
which is nice. But yeah, I don't want people just stumping above my head all day. So it gets kind of frustrating.
Yeah.
But
Kind of annoying.
mm-hmm.
Dogs is the worst.
Oh, yeah.
And they're running through the whole house.
Yep.
But you can't help it.
You shouldn't be allowed to live on the 2nd floor with dogs
Why?
and live above people because they're going to have to hear that.
That's the way it works. You get what you get.
Yeah, I guess. I guess if you got carpet, it's better. But it's that wood floor where you hear them.
Ding, 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 ding.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so bad. So this morning we wake up and I make some breakfast. And I get a recipe off of allrecipes.com, a pancake recipe. And it was a horrible pancake recipe.
You know,
They need to be reported on that. You need to...
You like to have pancakes fluffy?
Yeah.
Like a fluffy pancake?
Yeah, I don't want a dense, nasty
You don't want to
pancake.
eat bricks.
No.
Right.
And this recipe...
I'm building a house with these pancakes.
Oh my God! They try to
The house that pancakes
advertise
built.
it on there as like the best pancakes, and I fell for the.
You know,
Okey-doke.
that's just Beth over there. She's like, I make the best pancakes.
I know. See, that's the thing. That's the reason why I don't like to go to allrecipes.com. The reason that site is good is because there's so many different recipes on it, but they're not credible, most of them, because I can upload a recipe. Anybody can just upload a recipe, and I'm sure
it's literally all recipes.
Yeah.
You're right. Even the bad ones.
Yeah, and that sucks. So sometimes you get bad recipes, but like if you go on like another website, you're not getting those type of. You get better recipes. So I should have went to another site and got a pancake recipe just for the proportions or whatever.
Right.
That's literally all it comes down to is like the how much baking powder or like whatever you put in.
Uh-huh.
I should have went to another site.
Right.
Not happy with that at all.
Yeah.
That girl on Below Deck, she said the Americans they use Miss Butterworth, or she said what is it?
I don't know. Never seen.
Who make the pancakes?
I don't know.
It's Miss Butterworth's pancakes, I think.
She makes syrup.
Syrup. Is it Betty?
Betty Crocker?
Yeah.
No.
Well,
Just get
whoever make the I don't know how we don't know this, but whoever do the pancake mix, she was like, "This is what Americans use, so I use this." And they were like, "What kind of chef don't know how to make
Aunt
pancake?"
Jemima.
Oh, Aunt Jemima. She was like, "Yeah, I use this, Aunt Jemima, because it's what the Americans like."
Uh-huh.
And they're like, "What kind of chef don't know how to make pancake mix?" Okay, you're not making pancakes all day.
Uh-huh.
It's like if you don't use it, you lose it. So you might have a million recipes in your head. You're gonna have to refresh on a lot of those recipes if you don't use them day to day. If you
Right.
don't work in breakfast for years,
Yeah.
you're not gonna just off the top of your head have a pancake recipe if you never use pancake recipes. You got so many other things to focus on.
Right.
It just don't work that way.
No.
Yeah. So that's pretty funny.
Yeah.
It's like they probably enjoyed those Aunt Jemima pancakes better than if she would have made them anyway.
Probably.
So just let her
The
do it.
science made it.
The science made it.
Right.
Just sometimes just let science do its thing.
Yeah. That's okay.
Yeah.
They put it in the box and people buy it for a reason.
Mm-hmm. Except for Hamburger Helper. Sometimes you could add some extra cheese and stuff to
No,
that.
you don't need to add the extra stuff. It's the worst.
You get so mad when I add extra stuff to box
There's
things.
no need for it.
Oh my God. Like if I make mac and cheese, Velveeta, and I got 2 boxes, I'll use half the cheese from the other box.
Yeah. Then what are you gonna do whenever you make in the other box?
I don't know. I just use the shells as if I make it from scratch. I
Yeah,
guess.
it's crazy. That's crazy.
You think that's crazy?
Yeah, you don't need to do it.
Like the ramen you made the other day that didn't have no sauce packet in it.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
You make me struggle because you want the extra sauce.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's not a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty funny though. So yeah, no more allrecipes.com. They got to be vetted properly. They're just putting any type of thing on there, giving me bad recipes. I hate that.
Down with all recipes.
Yep.
We watched the Super Mario Brothers
Yeah.
movie,
Mhm.
and we're about a third of the way through it.
Yeah.
It's like a breezy hour and a half,
Mhm.
and we're about 30 minutes in,
Mhm.
and you go, how long is this?
Mhm.
And I said, it's an hour and a half.
Mhm.
And you said, show me. And so I paused it and I let you see how much the runtime was.
Mhm.
And I said, why did you make me do that? And you said, I'm just making sure that we're not watching a 3-hour movie.
Right.
Why would they make a Mario Brothers movie 3 hours long?
I'm just making sure you like to watch movies that's a long time.
But Mario?
No, I'm not watching no 3-hour movie. I can't. My eyes will get. My head will start hurting. My eyes will get worn out from watching.
I flicked on the Avatars, the new one, and you were glued to that couch during the entire 3 hours of that.
Okay, yeah, I was able to do that, but my head hurt after.
Uh-huh.
But the Avatar movies is so much going on. It looks so cool.
It's like amazing to see.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Super Mario Brothers movie was pretty cool.
Uh-huh.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the movie.
Yeah, it was cute.
It was a cute movie. Yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't nothing serious going on.
I mean, I could go back now. Did Bowser always love the princess? I guess he did, right?
Well, he would in the first game, he stole the princess.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I think back, I'm like, I guess he did always have an infatuation with the princess. But it sucks. She's the princess of the Toads.
Uh-huh.
She don't know her family or anything like that.
Right.
She the princess of the little toad people.
Right.
The little toad people can't fight for themselves or do anything.
Uh-huh.
It's
Well, Toad did.
only one toad was brave enough. He's the only brave toad. The other ones, they just like
They're like, okay,
they
go
just
off.
attack you with 300 of them at a time, and just like cover you up and like try to beat you up. But they don't really have no way of defending themselves.
What about those penguins? They were
Yeah.
cute, huh?
Yeah, there's a lot going on, but it's a cute little movie.
Yeah, it was fun.
They had Donkey Kong in it.
And Diddy Kong for a split second.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but that was
great.
that was pretty interesting.
They made it very fun to watch.
They made it good for people who love that stuff. For
It's like as we were growing up, they tried so hard to make video game movies. Like Double Dragon was like a classic, like 90s like failure.
Right.
Mortal Kombat did okay.
I like the Power Rangers.
That wasn't a video game.
It wasn't.
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah, well, they probably made a video game, but it was a TV show first.
Well, I like the Power Rangers.
Okay, but to make the Mario Brothers, the original movie, it was horrible,
Yeah, it was.
right? And now they got to this point with like 2 Sonic movies, this Mario movie, like they can actually like
The Sonic movies were pretty good.
Yeah, they
but
can
look at the graphics and stuff now, and like they were also doing movies where, like you said, the Mario Brothers movie wasn't an animated movie,
right,
and that was horrible.
Yeah.
I mean, I liked it back then,
right.
but like you said, if we watched it now,
You'd be like, oh my god,
it's so bad. Like, yeah. Like now they got so many different ways of making things so cool that they didn't have back then.
Yeah.
It's amazing to see.
yeah,
Yeah, and then they did the Pokemon movie.
right.
That
Oh
was
yeah,
pretty
Detective Pikachu. Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Psyduck. It's like if he gets too anxious, his he'll explode. And he's like, they don't want him to explode. Oh, it's great.
Yeah,
it's
that was a good
so
one.
cool that you can like see those things in like movies now, and they actually are doing a decent job with them.
Yeah,
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 I
definitely.
love it.
You like that?
Yeah, it makes me feel like a little kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I got Kirk to watch 2 episodes of Below Deck Down Under today. And I'm pretty excited about that, which means we have to finish the series.
Why does it? It doesn't mean that though.
Yeah, it does.
No, it doesn't.
We're already 2 episodes in. We can't just stop. We have to finish the rest of it. We're already invested in the crew and everything. I'm so excited. I make him watch 2 episodes.
I could drop Below Deck like that.
Kirk, we gotta finish it.
I'm
out.
not on the edge of my seat with no Below Decks.
Oh my god, it's so
I
good.
got my
though.
fill with the Below Decks.
It's
If
too
we
many
watching Below Deck,
left.
if we watching Below Deck, it's because you want to see it.
Okay,
Yeah.
I want to see it.
Okay.
I want you
That's
to see
fair.
it with me.
Yeah, that's fair.
So it's been all this stuff right now with the writer's strike going on. What do you think about that?
The writer's strike. Now the actors are on strike too.
Because so from what I'm hearing is one of the people from the higher ups or the people who obviously want these people to go back to work. I can't think of his name, but there was a comment made pretty much saying that the writers can go on strike, but we'll just keep this up until they go broke and hungry, and then they'll have to come back. So like we could like hold out longer than they can. It's like somebody from the higher ups made some type of comment. It's just like, we'll just bleed them out. Like, how long can they be on strike for?
Right.
And that's when the actors was like, that's come on, nah.
Well, one of the things that they wanted to do is they want to like extras and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They want to pay actors for 1 day of work and then own their image, and then they put them digitally in backgrounds forever. And so the actor that does the background work only gets paid once,
Yeah, but they can
That's it.
keep using their
Right.
likeness.
forever and ever. Yeah.
I mean, it sucks because this affects so many people. It's the vendors and it's the craft services and it's the janitors, and it just affects so many things when the writer strike happens. They had a girl, the girl who played Eddie Winslow's one of his love interests on The Family Matters. She was his girlfriend on The Family Matters, or one of his girlfriends on The Family Matters. And she's this really pretty actress. And she started off by saying, I've done so many movies and I've written so many different things. And she's like, a lot of people see me out and they'd be like, oh, she's Eddie Winslow's girlfriend. And she's like, that's not the only thing I've done. I've been in all these movies, but people still recognize her from that character.
Yeah, that was so big. Urkel
Right.
was huge.
Right.
Yeah.
So she was on there, and they were asking her, because she's also a musician. They were like, are you going to get back into singing? And she was like, I feel like I got plenty of time to focus on singing at this point because the writer's strike. She was like, we are completely shut down completely. And I think that they said that they can't go to no Comic-Cons, no film festivals, none of that stuff. So this year, if this continues on, there's going to be no planning for the film festival,
Right.
for the Comic-Cons, for like, they're not allowed to do any of that stuff while they're on strike. So everything's shut down. So it's a lot of money being lost. And I mean, Hollywood survives off of that money.
Well, the last writer's strike was in the mid 2000s,
Yeah.
and that's when like a reality TV came to like
Yeah.
its boom.
Mm-hmm.
Because you didn't have, it was all just producers setting up scenarios. You didn't
Right.
have anybody writing storylines or anything.
Mm-hmm.
So there'll be something will fill the void,
Yeah, definitely.
you know. Something,
But it's still so much money and so many people jobs lost because of it.
right.
Yeah. I don't know. That's pretty crazy. Sorry, I got a piece of ice in my mouth. But yeah, I think that like we're just gonna bleed them out until they're broke and they don't have nothing. And then this guy came forward who's been a writer or been an actor on. He was an actor on some show, and he said that in the past couple years he got 52 royalty checks, and they equaled up to $86. He's like, we already broke. What do you mean you're gonna bleed us out until we broke? We already broke. I got $86 in 52 checks. Like,
Right.
why y'all even doing this?
Yeah. What's the point?
Yeah,
It costs more to make the check than
than what you're sending
than what
me.
you're giving me. Yeah.
$2 here, $1.75 here. It's like, why are you even wasting my time?
It's wild.
What are you gonna do? Why would you waste your time even like? Your bank will charge you a fee to even put that in the bank. They'll be like, this is only $2. We're gonna have to charge you for even wasting our time at this point.
Yeah. There's a episode of Seinfeld where he gets royalties from a show that he did, and they're like change checks, just like this much cents. And he doesn't want to take too much time to sign them, so he just saves them all. And then Kramer's like, you gotta cash these. And so then he starts cashing all these checks, and his hand gets crazy. He gets like the carpal tunnels. Oh, it's hilarious.
You love that Seinfeld.
That's so good.
That's funny. So I came across this story recently about this girl in Dubai, and she went over to Dubai. She's a TikToker. They call them a TikTok influencer. One of those people who just make those little short clips and then get all the fans and stuff. So she's over in Dubai with her mom, and they're probably doing TikToks over there, trying to get content or something like that, vacationing. And it was something with the rental car company where she went to go rent a car, and I don't know if they tried to charge her more than they said it initially or something like that, and she got irate, started yelling at them. You know, she was a little black girl. She was being a little ratchet, and she started getting crazy. And then they arrested her. They say, no, you don't behave like that in Dubai. You don't yell at people and scream at them on the street. We don't do that here. And then you're cussing. You can't just cuss people, like use cuss words and scream on the street like that. So you're arrested pending investigation. And then they revoked her passport and also travel banned her. So she is stuck in Dubai, and she is not allowed to leave Dubai. And she in Dubai's jail right now. She's been detained for the last 2 months. And she just stuck there. And her family is trying to figure out what to do. She got arrested for yelling at somebody. We don't do what you Americans do.
No,
we don't
right
yell
here.
at people on the street here.
Right.
We have a beautiful country. We respect it. We don't litter on the grounds. We don't scream and spit in public and fight. If you want to do that, you go back to America with that. So pending investigation, and that investigation could take a year or two. They could make an example out of her. It could be any situation, or their court system might have a lot of other cases for yelling in the street or
Right.
holding hands or whatever.
The yelling in the street judge is backed up.
is backed up, right?
Yeah.
So her case might not get heard for a year. So until then, this girl is in Dubai.
Mm-hmm.
She's been there for 2 months, and her family has no clue what to do. And they're saying like, "You did it here. There's nothing you can do."
Right.
It's like,
Sorry.
sorry, you messed
Doesn't
up.
that make you scared to travel?
No, I don't scream at people on the street.
I know, but something might happen.
Yeah, but I know if you in another country, you behave. Like when you hear about that what is his name? Otto Whitaker, that kid who went to North Korea. Which one's the bad one, North or South? North? That kid that went to North Korea and they got him stealing a piece of art off the wall. He went there and stole a piece of art off the wall in a hotel, and he ain't alive no more. Like, and they don't know what exactly happened to him. They couldn't. He came home all messed up. So yeah, after when you see little stories like that, if you go to another country, you better just
You gotta
go
work,
with the flow.
You gotta work to get the art off the wall too.
Yeah, I know.
They got little like T-bolts in there that you
Yep.
got a special tool to use for.
He all on camera,
Uh-huh.
and they gotcha. You don't take Kim Jong-un picture off the wall, you psycho. What do you think was gonna happen?
I don't know.
And then you know what the U.S. told his mom? Why would you let your son go over there?
Yeah.
It was like, that's your fault. Like, you want the U.S. to help you, and you let your son go over there. And they're like, he's grown. We can't, like, not let him.
Yeah.
He went on a tourist trip with his school, or, you know, through the school or something. He got connected with it.
Uh-huh.
And they're like, well, you shouldn't let him go over there. Like, you guys don't have control over your children in the U.S.? They blamed her for it.
Right.
So it's interesting. When you go to another country, be on your best behavior. Because you don't know what's going on over there.
Uh-huh.
This girl thought she was going to go over there and just yell at people. It's like she just pulled a Karen. We don't do Karens over here.
Not Karen's over here. Not in Dubai.
That's funny.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, thank you guys for listening to another episode of the Sweet Gravy Podcast. If you have any questions or suggestions, please go to sweetgravypod@gmail.com. You can also check us out on YouTube and every other streaming platform.
Awesome. Thank you. Bye-bye.